I'm 27 now, and when I was 24, we found out that I was pregnant with Joseph. I was engaged at the time, and it was a little bit of a surprise for us. We didn't really know what we were doing. We're parishioners of St. Mary's, and my mother-in-law had come to me because there was an ad in the bulletin at St. Mary's that said about the Core Center. So she said, you should go check this out and see what it's all about and see if you can learn something from it. So I decided to come to the pregnancy center to just see what it was all about. And when I came here, I met a lady named Diane who was amazing and just helped me learn what to expect throughout my pregnancy and how to become a great mom. The baby boutique was amazing. That I was not expecting at all. That was just actually a perk on top of coming here and getting the education, was being able to go in there and pick out, I think, diapers. I want to say I got items for breastfeeding, clothes, maternity clothes, all kinds of great stuff. That was just a perk on top of coming here. Although I was never planning on getting an abortion, I found the pregnancy center so much more valuable to me just on learning how to be a new mother. My husband David and I, we are planning on having another baby, and now that Joey's 2, we feel like this is a good time. And going into this now, I feel a lot more confident and comfortable after having the pregnancy center teach me all the things that I have, and then also just going through these past 2 years as being a new mom.
I came to Pregnancy Resources as an intern through Job and Family Services. My husband and I were experiencing a little bit of a hardship. I was having a really rough pregnancy. Pregnancy Resources offered me so much more than just an internship. When I got here, I learned to trust in people again. I learned to believe that that things were going to be okay, that I was on the path that I needed to be on, that you don't always have to be sure about everything 100%, that there's a way that things are going to work out. I'm currently at Family Promise right now, trying to get into my own home with my family. If it weren't for Catherine and everybody at Pregnancy Resources, I probably wouldn't have gotten through this. It's been a really rough time. It's hard to, it's hard to admit when you need help. It's hard to accept that you're not in a good position to do everything on your own. But you guys made it so much easier, because I don't think that I could have done it on my own. There were times when I just felt really weak, and you guys reassured me that everything would be okay. When I started my new job, I think you guys were all happier for me than I was. You let me know that I was going to do good things there, and so far it's been great. And just anything I've ever needed, whether it be to talk to somebody or anything I needed, beds for my kids when we move out soon. You guys are taking care of all of it, going above and beyond, and in my life I've never encountered people with such kind hearts, genuine people. If I come in here and, my 3-year-old's been giving me the runaround, I can come in and look at the, 1, 2, 3 magic and say, okay, maybe I need to try this with her, because, what I'm doing right now isn't working. There's just so much to learn. You guys offer more than most people realize. I feel like I found a forever home here. Even once I'm on my own feet, like, this is a place I can come back and I feel like I can give as well. I can do for others as you guys have done for me. We don't have to be products of the life we were brought up in. We don't have to be who we were told we have to be. We can be who we want to be, and here we're given those resources. We're given that reassurance. So, thank you.
Yeah, okay, so just to give a little background, I grew up in a Christian home and, in a church that was very engaging, and that was my life growing up. Went to college and I was really involved in Campus Crusade and had been mentoring a lot of girls and had been, just really involved in that ministry. And it was the end of my senior year. I met somebody who it just kind of, it's, how like you meet somebody where everything that you believe just kind of like goes out the window. I never thought that would ever happen to me because my morals had been so strong up to that point. But that's what happened, and I got pregnant. I found out the week before I graduated that I was pregnant. And that was December of 2011. And so I ended up moving back home to Columbus, and I was completely alone. I was in just the darkest place that I've ever been in my entire life. I didn't have any friends here. My family was here for me for sure, but I didn't feel like I had anybody that I could come to. And Satan wants to make you feel like you are completely isolated in those moments, and that's how I felt. And I just remember one night, my parents had left their house, and I just laid on their kitchen floor, and I just cried my eyes out, and I didn't know what to do because I had never in a million years pictured that I would be that person who would just get pregnant. So I had heard about the pregnancy center, and I decided to just try to come here and talk to somebody because I didn't know where else to go or who else to talk to. And I just remember coming here and I don't know, I feel like I needed to just cry. Like I needed somebody to just listen and to be my soundboard in that time, because I really hated myself. And I believed that I believed that I deserved to be where I was, I guess. And so to have somebody there who loved me, and it was very clear that that they loved me and wanted to be there for me, like through the process of the pregnancy. It was probably one of the biggest blessings of my entire life because it got me through that time. And I really honestly believe that if God hadn't provided something like that for me at that time, that I probably wouldn't be here. I was really that depressed. I had thought about abortion for sure. During the process and the very beginning, obviously. And, it's something that as Christians, you want to say that you're completely against. My whole life I had grown up saying that it was completely wrong, and I would never condone it, and spoke out adamantly against it, but when you're in that position, when you're faced with it, it puts a whole new kind of choice in front of you, and it's real. You do think about it, and so I had to make that decision, especially since there are so many other things that I wanted to do with my life. But yeah, it was, I think, like, if I could peg down what it was that was the most beneficial thing for me, it was just unconditional love, like, during that time. People that told me things like, you know, no matter what decisions you make, we will be here, and no matter where you go, you come back and we will love you. That's priceless. And it saved my son's life, for sure. You know, and my son, he's amazing. He's so smart, and he is so compassionate and full of life, and he just loves, like, so deeply, I can tell already. And yeah, I don't know, like, what I'd do without him in my life now. So I guess the fruit of that shows that it was a good decision. He's perfect. And you're gonna have a Captain America party here in a couple weeks, right? For your birthday? Are you excited? You can tell them when your birthday is.
It's in August 15th.
And how old are you gonna be? Can you say?
I'm gonna be 3
3.
in August.
Good job.